Well, hi, hello everybody. It's Pip here, but sadly you can't see my face for some reason. Hello, can you hear me now? Hopefully you can now hear me. Oh, I'm having all sorts of technical problems. My computer decided to restart itself a minute before we were supposed to go live. Lovely. And it knocked out my camera. So and then Hannah said she couldn't hear me. So hopefully you can now hear me. We're going to have to do without my face, which in some cases you might say that's a good thing. But it's it's just weird. It won't let me share my screen, which is really annoying. Anyway, today is Blue Monday, and Blue Monday is apparently the most dreary day of the year. Although actually, looking out the window, it is bright sunshine, blue skies, a bit cold, but it's actually really good. So if you're Blue Monday today, I hope it's not grey where you are. I hope it's at least sunny, and I hope that you're getting some sort of cheeriness. But if you feel like you're a little bit down, don't worry, I'm here. That's what I'm here for. Today we're going to be playing with one of my favourite spring flowers, which is the daffodils. As soon as I saw this, I had to buy it. I wasn't really sure why. It's just that I love daffs. So we're going to play with daffs. I've got my Daffodil Delight ink and my Old Olive ink and the Daffodil Daydream stamp set. I'm not playing with the dies today. We will look at those another day, but they are not that one. No, not that one either. It's a big set of dies. Where have I put it? I've lost it. Daffodil dies. Here we go. It's a big set of dies. It's a bit like the pansies, so they all intermingle and you can create beautiful daffodils with them. So don't worry, I will be playing with those at some point and sharing with you how they all go together. If you're in my crafty corner, you're going to see a video on that tomorrow. Just a little short one, but then I'll be playing with them a little bit further than that too. I have got my blends with me. You'll be glad to know. Oh, Joe says you keep freezing my end. I hope it's not everybody. I hope. Hey, Zara. Nice to see you. What are you doing at this time of the morning? You must be like really early for you. I hope, Joe, that it's not freezing for everyone. I'm sad that it's freezing for you, but I'm hoping it is just you. I don't know. As I say, not freezing here, says Jane. Okay, good. That's good. So in that case, Joe, I'm sorry to say, but it's probably your internet connection. I'm sad to say that that's probably the case. Okay, so I'm going to be playing with these today. I have with me a couple of things. So first of all, we're going to do a couple of cards today because I'm spoiling you, I know. The first card I want to show you, I actually made with watercolour pencils. Okay. Oh, you have a snow day. That's cool, Zara. That's nice. So, oh, come on, get me some light in here, guys. Get me some light. There we go. So hopefully you can see that that it's got a softer tone to it than with blends, and it sort of shimmers and it shines a little bit. There you go, because that's the waxiness of the watercolor pencils. I didn't use any water, and so they're still solid at this state, in this state. So I just used pencils to create that image of a beautiful daffodil. But it did take me some time, so I thought I would do a different one today using our Stampin Blends to show you that you can make a pretty card just as easily with Stampin' Blends. So I've got myself a Daffodil Delight base. Just going to move all this up a bit. And then I'm going to show you a different card for those people who don't have, maybe haven't got a paper trimmer yet, or you're just starting out and you might have a paper trimmer but you don't have a lot of card stock. And oh, this was definitely cut on a trimmer that needs a new blade. You know, you might just have a few bits and pieces. So I thought I'd start with this and then we'll move to that one. So to tell you how you can get some lovely colours without having to necessarily buy everything under the sun if you don't want to, or if you don't have a lot of space, or if you're just starting out and you want to just dip your toes in. So I have here my Daffodil Delight base, and then an old olive layer and a basic white layer, and we're going to stamp on the basic white layer. And this time, because we're using blends, obviously I need to stamp in Memento. So just in case you're wondering why, it just stops with it bleeding. I could stamp in Daffodil Delight and do like a no line version, but it does tend to bleed unless you leave it to dry quite a long time. And obviously we're live, so can't be doing that. So so I'm going to use my I need a big block for this one, I think. Just going to use my Memento ink. It works beautifully with our blends. It's designed specifically to work with our blends. So why would you not use it with our blends? That's my question. So we'll pop the flower down there, straight up, straight down. Best thing to do when you're stamping is not to rock it. If you need to apply pressure, hold it still and put your fingers down. Don't be rocking your stamp pad, like your block, because otherwise you get double lines and it looks blurry. It looks like you've smudged it when actually you've not done anything. You've just stamped it, but you've been rocking it, and that's the issue. Now this has a lovely little speckled effect on it here. I love this little speckled effect, and we're going to be using that with our Daffodil Delight just to add a little bit of texture, because otherwise the flower's lovely but it's kind of floating on its own. It doesn't really need to be floating on its own like that. It could do with a bit of grounding. So thank you, Zara. Thanks. I'm glad you like the card. Oh, hi, Jane, Marilyn as well. Excellent. Hello, and Carol. Good afternoon. Let me get a piece of cleaner paper here. Are there any clean pieces of paper in my house? Well, sort of. There we go. I need to cut myself some more grid paper. It's getting a little bit tatty. Right. So now we're popping these down along the edge, just underneath. Oh, I've done him a little bit lower than I did before. Just underneath the daffodil, so it feels like it's got a little bit of grounding to it. Now, obviously on the other one, I must have stamped that really high. I thought I'd got that. Oh no, I was well off by about an inch. Okay, so on this one, I used the Biggest Wish stamp set for the thanks. This one I wanted to use one of our celebration stamp sets. And it's a £90 set. So you don't pay £90. You buy £90 worth of product and you get this one for free if you choose to have this one. And actually, it's a really lovely stamp set. Lots of great words for you to use. Thanks for brightening up my day. That would be amazing with this one. In fact, I think I'm going to use that. Happy birthday. Thinking of you. I couldn't wait for a special occasion. That's nice too. Good luck. Thanks. Just a little hi from me. Just lovely. Hang in there. I love that. Hang in there. I think these are great. So masses and masses of sentiments that you can use, or just words as I call them. So let's go for this one. Thanks for brightening my day. Now you could get all fancy smanchy and do it all in different colours, and yes, you can do that, but I'm just going to do it plain old olive because we want it to stand out from the Daffodil Delight. And actually plain old olive is strong enough to go over the Daffodil Delight splodges and it will still look fine. Oh, Joe, I'm so sorry. Poor Joe. She's got a day off and the blinking internet is playing up. I'm so sorry. Hopefully it'll get better and you'll be able to see it. And Leanne is also here from the US this time, and you're home due to snow and freezing rain. Oh, I'm so glad you can watch me this morning. That's so good. So obviously US and Canada are dealing with a lot of snow. and freezing stuff. We just got very cold. We didn't actually have any snow. We haven't had any snow this year. Well, not down here. I know other places have had snow this year, but not us. So now I'm just going to stamp that once because I haven't stamped it before. So I just like to stamp it once just to make sure it's still getting, it's like really taking up the ink. And then pop that down. Cool. It's actually not bad. It's pretty straight. A little bit off, but it's not bad. For me, with an astigmatism, I tend to always go a little bit off. So I'm quite happy with that. That's pretty good for me. And what we'll do is we'll just move our little, oh, that was shut. Sorry, that was a loud snap. I just shut my ink pad. We'll just move the ribbon up slightly so we don't have to worry. Now, it's always good to put a little bit of paper underneath when you're going to be using Stampin' Blends, because they are alcohol markers, which means they go through the ink. And then they could get onto your table. Now my table's fine, but your table might not be, so I'm showing you what to do in case yours is a little bit sensitive. It's just better to be safe than sorry, I reckon. Now I'm not going to say that I'm a master blender, but I do blend pretty well, if I say so myself. I understand the concepts behind it. They always turn out pretty good for me. So I'm just adding a little bit of dark at this point. Not a whole lot of dark, just a little bit of dark. Then, if I can get the top off, I'm going to go back in with my light and sort of fill in the gaps. Now what this does is it starts to blend that dark into the light. Might take a few moments for the blending to actually start happening, but it does happen. And this is what sets our blends apart from just ordinary felt tips. I always get asked that. Well, what's the difference between your blends and felt tip pens? Why can't I just use felt tip pens? Well, right markers are basically felt tip pens, if you look at it like that. And you'll see when you use them, they have lines. They create streaks when you colour with them. And that's because when you put them onto this paper, the fibres are so short that they absorb the ink very quickly, and therefore there's no time for it to blend or disperse with other inks. But when you use an alcohol marker, it kind of overwrites the length of the fibre and says, no, we're going to do a bit more, we're going to play with this colour a little bit longer. And it gives it a little bit more time to move and allows it to sort of move sort of over and around the fibres. So it gets absorbed, but it gets absorbed sort of almost through the fibres, and then allows you to do more with it. So I don't know technically how it does it. I just know that's how it works. So that's why we use alcohol markers, and ours are designed to work with our cardstock and with Memento ink and produce a gorgeous effect, like so. So you can add a few different layers. You can see I'm getting the sort of trying to get that same. This is really bright because it uses Granny Apple Green. Oh, come on, give us some light here. There we go. And this is quite dark because it uses the Old Olive, but it's very similar. It's just watercolor pencils have that sort of luminosity, I think, about them when you use them, whereas blends get absorbed more. Watercolor pencils, when you don't apply any water, tend to sit on top of the surface more than in the surface, which is why you can then apply water to them and then they get absorbed into the rank and file of the paper, as it were. Let's just add a little tiny bit more blending here. Lovely. There we go. If you want to know more about colouring and all those kinds of things, I talk a lot about it in our membership. So if you're interested in joining a group of crafters who are trying to improve their skills or feel that like And sometimes things just don't go the way you want them to go. Our membership club, Card Making Know-How membership club, is great for that, because you know, we've all suffered from similar things, and I try and then take all the myths and mystique out of everything and try and explain why things are going the way they're going. And it's just a small monthly fee, and you come along and you have exclusive content with me and access to me to ask questions. So maybe the membership club might be something you want to do this year and join in with this year. Lots of our members enjoy it, and you know, you get exclusive content, as I say, and the ability to ask me questions about, why is it doing that, Pip? Why is that working? What's the size of that? How do we do this? How do you make one of those? That kind of stuff. And then we talk about all the different techniques and stuff, and it's guided in the sense that you can start at the very, very beginning. If you're an absolute beginner with card making, you can start right at the beginning, and I'll take you step by step. Why cards look good together, why certain colours look better than others, why, you know, how you can get things to look the way you want them to, what's the best way of cutting, etc., all the way through to the point where you're like, Pip, I'm really happy, throw anything at me, I can give it a go, throw something new at me, and then I do, and then you have a go at that, and then everybody's happy. Oh dear. Come on. Oh, my blends are sticking together today. There we go. So yeah, that's the membership in very simple terms. So if you're interested in that, then come and join us. It's really easy. I can put the thingy up on the screen actually to make it really easy for you. It's just this. So while I'm colouring in, you can write that down. Come and join us over there. And it's open at the moment, so you can come and join straight away. You don't have to wait for a waiting period or a time or whatever. You can come and join us today, see what you think. Don't like it, leave. It's all right. It's not a problem. Don't take it personally. It's not for everybody. You know, it might be that you've been crafting longer than I have and you know more than I do, in which case you probably won't want to join, although you might want to join just so that you can get all the new ideas and exclusive designs and tutorials that I pop up there every month. Then again, you might be just struggling and worried about how to start this card making. You really like making cards, you make loads of cards, but none of them seem to go quite right, and you just need a helping hand, in which case that will be the place for you. Okay. So let me take that off now, because hopefully you've all written that down. That's cool. So here we go. Just very, I need some more light up here. Come on. There we go. Very quick and easy. Very simple, but effective with the blends. So this is watercolour, pencils. This is the blends. You can see the difference. This one's much bolder. Somebody said to me the other day, my blends always seem to give me a very deep look. And I'm like, yeah, they will do. That's what they're designed for. They're designed to be a stronger, more bold, more poster type look. If you use them like this, you can get very light colors, and you can therefore do, you know, a little bit more lighter and shade. You can also add things to this, so you can use your chalk marker if you want to add just a little bit of a white accent on the top of these daffodils, so they're just sort of sparkling a little bit more. Sometimes they go very light right at the edges, so you can add a little bit of light like that. But they are much bolder in their colouring than anything in the watercolour range. Okay, so now we've done that bit, which didn't take us very long at all. Jane says it's my kind of quick card. Oh no, Margaret's having problems with her Facebook as well. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I don't know what it is. See what I mean about it coming through though on the blends? This is very normal. This is what it does. So I'm going to stick this to this. just with a bit of multi-purpose liquid glue. You don't have to be precise because you can squish it into place, which is why I like my multi-purpose liquid glue, because you don't need to, you've got that movement wiggle room, as I call it. And then I've got some of this beautiful, gorgeous white crinkled ribbon. And it is gorgeous because it's just so easy to use. Now we're going to tie it a little higher, and we're going to tie it a little bit further. Oh, I don't need all that. Tie it a little bit further over this way so that it doesn't hide too much of the saying of those words. I'll just pop that into a bow. I seem to have got myself a lot here. I don't need all of this. There we go. That's kind of a nice amount to make sure it's straight-ish and then still tight when it's straight. There we go, better. Okay, I'm going to cut those ends off. Probably just need about that much, really. Lovely. And now we can pop both of those onto the card base. And I did burnish that, but it's popping. I don't know why that's popping up. There we go. Both sides. It's feeling bendy today. There we go. And then glue that down. And you can see how quick and easy that card was. And that's what I like about card making. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be, you know, lots and lots of difficult designs or anything. It can be nice and simple and still pretty. And then we're going to add some extra pretty. These are the new polished dots, which are brilliant. They're pink and white, so I like the white ones because they add texture to the card, but you can't really see them until you look closely. You sort of notice them a little. So we'll pop one. Can pop one over here. In fact, what I might do is just put one just there, like so, and then another one next to it, like so, and then another one just on the edge there, like so. So you can see, hopefully, just gives that little bit of a shine. See the dots there? Lovely, aren't they? Pretty. Just add something, but not masses, but just enough. So there we go. Then we just pop an insert into that. So I always keep my inserts in my little cases. And we'll have an insert. Did I put an insert in that one? I don't think I did. Shocking. And you can then add a little piece of stamping to the inside, just to sort of bring the two together. So, of course, I can use the nice, easy speckledy bits. Go over there, thank you. So we'll just add a few speckledy bits to the bottom of the card here, like so. And in fact, when you're doing two together, you can go straight from one to the other. It's easy. Very easy, like that. There we go. So that just sort of brings the inside card to the outside, if you know what I mean, or the outside card to the in, because it sort of matches as we're going through. This one I did this way. Now, I don't know why, but I always use seal for my inners. It's not even logical, really, because I always use my multi-purpose for the outside, but I just always use seal on the inside. It's a pipism. I'm the queen. I'm allowed to do that if I want to. It's just it's just me. I find it easier, I think, to do that, because I'm quick and I know how it sits. I think if you're new, then I would recommend you use multi-purpose glue, or if you get the yips, as I call them, where you can't quite place something down, you're not quite sure, and then you twist it and then it moves, and then it's, oh no, it's a disaster. If it's like that, then use multi-purpose glue. Okay, so that's the first card done and dusted. Hopefully you like that. Lovely. That's lovely. Thank you. I'm glad you like that. Cool. So the next, oh, I need to snap. There we go. Snap that close again. That's a really tight fitting one, that one. Daffodil. Okay, so watercolor pencil blends, nice. Now we're going to do something a little bit different, kind of the same but a bit different. For those who don't have a lot of card base material, thank you, Lee. You might need to have something that's kind of pre-done. Okay, and so I want to show you these. These are our Memories and More cards and envelopes from the new catalog. And she reaches over to grab the rest of them, because I meant to get these earlier and then my machine started playing whizzy funny things. They come in a pack like this. They're all different, folks. They're not the same. So you've got blue ones, pink ones, obviously my favourite, black ones, very striking, more pink, more black, more blue, and more blue. That's kind of bluey green. Now I have used one of these already, so that's why there's not another one there, and of course I've got this one here. So then you get all the envelopes, which are also different, so they don't necessarily completely match. You can mix and match these envelopes pretty much with anything. Isn't it cool? Aren't these brilliant? I love this one. So this is what I'm using, because you can buy these as a pack, and it's called Abstract Beauty Cards and Envelopes. Okay, and then you just have all of the card bases ready done for you, so you don't have to worry about cutting any card bases. You've got it, it's done, it's nice, it's pretty, it's simple. You just have to cut yourself a bit of paper, okay, bit of cardstock. You could do this with a craft knife or a pair of scissors if you don't have a trimmer. I do recommend getting a trimmer, obviously, because your trimmer is kind of like one of your basic essentials. And I'll be doing a little bit more about basic essentials as we go through the rest of this month. Because we're in January and people are starting new things and thinking about new stuff, etc., etc. So the other thing that you can do if you wanted to move on is, obviously, if you've got a die cutting machine, you could make that with a die cut, and you could do it as a die cut. So it's not just for new people, because you can spruce yours up with die cuts, etc. Are they normal size? That's a very good question, Jane. So here's the question: are they normal size? And the answer to that is no. They're 4 by 6, I think. Oh no, they're not even that. So they're pretty close. They're just a smidge over that way and just a smidge under this way. I think they're American sizes. Let's have a look. Oh no, they're not even American. They're 4. I think they are 4 by 6. Yeah, 4 by 6. So they go with the Abstract Beauty, suite. Okay. But 4 by 6 is pretty close to what our cards are. It's just slightly narrower and slightly longer, but only by a smidge. You can see how much if I put that at the bottom. So they're that much taller, and then they're that much narrower. But at the end of the day, you're not going to be using these with your own envelopes. You're going to be using them with the envelopes that are provided with the kit, with the pack rather. So you don't need to worry, and most things will fit. So I thought I would do something exceptionally simple for somebody who's just starting out. Maybe you only have 2 colours, okay? So, or maybe you have 3 colours, but 3 different colours. Like, oh, I bought a pink, and then I bought a yellow and a green, and now I don't know what to do. Well, that's okay, because pink can work just as well, because especially when you've got a card that's got a bit of pink in. So you might have some blends. They might not all be the same colour. Pick one of the cards that's got the colour in it that you have. Even blue you could put blue in. Honestly, I can guarantee you can put anything in if you want to. You just have to think about it. I'm going to go very simple with this. So we're going to go 1 colour green, because this is for somebody who's just starting out. Maybe you don't even know how to use your blends properly. So maybe you've picked them up and you're just painting with them like this. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. But you've not done any blending with it, okay? So this is where you are at the moment. And then you've got your yellows. You're going to try and do a bit more blending with the yellows, but then you've got pink and you're thinking, don't know, can I use any pink? I'm going to tell you can. I'm going to tell you that this pink looks amazing when you add it in as a dark. Look at that. Now, it's not going to be any kind of daffodil that you're normally used to seeing, right? But who cares? Because it will go orangey. That's the thing. It will blend in. So you're thinking, oh no, it looks dreadful at the moment. Have no fear. Because as you overlay your yellow, they will start to blend. Oh, I need to put, oh, my surface is fine, but if it was you, you should have put something down by now, just to stop it going through. And what you're doing is you're just adding a different tone of colour to the orange, to the yellow that's going down. See how orangey that's now looking? It's pretty cool. And then you're going to go with your lighter one and colour over the top. And it's all going to start to merge. Now you can leave it a bit and come back to it actually as well, and then blend a bit more, and it will still blend. It's amazing. These pens are amazing. I'm sorry if you can hear the squeaking. Apparently my microphone picks it up. I listened back to myself when I had my headphones in, and I could hear the blends squeaking, and I was like, oh no. But apparently you can't hear it most of the time, so it's okay. Or it's just normal noise and you're all right with it. I have asked lots of people whether it's okay and not getting on your nerves. So see, even if you don't have orange, you can put any colour in here. Now blue will go a bit greeny, so to be fair, you'd need to put the blue more on the leaves than on the actual flowers themselves. But that does not actually look bad in any way, shape or form. And it matches brilliantly with the card, which of course is why I did it, obviously. And then just go back over with a bit more of the dark. Okay. Not bad. Now, if you thought, okay, those leaves are a little bit light, although that, you know, daff leaves are quite light, they're not that dark. You could add in an extra layer of just the light if you wanted to, just to tone them down a little. It tends to be darker under the other stems. So the ones behind, the ones that are curled, that might be a bit darker. Lovely. There we go. Now, that's going to sit on there. We're going to, this time, wrap some, I don't know, actually, you can choose. Are we going to wrap some bumblebee ribbon around that, or some white? Because I've got this bumblebee, which is lovely as well. I quite like that. Bumblebee or back with the white again? It's up to you. You let me know in the comments, bumblebee or white, while I decide on what wording to put on it. So you tell me which one you prefer. We go with the small words, I think, this time. Oh, hello, sunshine. Thanks, hang in there. Quite like that. How small is that? Thanks. No. Hi, Debbie. Oh, we've got lots going on here. Bumblebee. Bumblebee all the way, you're saying. Okay. I think I agree with you. I think bumblebee for this one would look good. And I'm looking for thanks, and I don't know, there it is, how small that is. Oh, it's quite diddy. It's quite diddy. That'll be okay, I think. Yeah. Let's go with the thanks. It's very tiny, but I think it will work for what I'm trying to do. So we'll go with that. Oh, sorry. Very shiny bit. Very shiny bit. Go away. There we go. Go away. Everything's falling over on my desk. Right. Let's put that down on a littler block, because that's really, really tiny. We don't want to lose that. Always put it on a block so you don't lose it. Tip of the day. So, okay, so we'll, first of all, I'm just popping some bumblebee behind this. Okay. Okay. And we're going to use the seal to attach it. I always use seal for ribbon. It stops it getting sticky, because otherwise multi-purpose liquid glue seeps through the ribbon, and then you're left holding sticky ribbon, which is not attractive. It gets all over your fingers, and then you get glue all over your card. So that is why I use a dry glue like seal for when I'm putting my ribbon on. It makes such a difference. Then I'm going to take a little piece, pop it back up through here. I'm going to do the trick I did the other day, which if you didn't watch the other day, now you're going to see it again. We're going to tie the knot, very small knot, while it's still like that. We're going to flick it underneath. We're going to flick the knot underneath the ribbon. So pop these underneath. It's like you're tying it from the back. Okay, so now you're tying it from underneath, and that enables you to get a flatter front piece of the knot, like so. Ugh, let me cut this off. Oof. Unstick it from your desk, always a good thing, like so. There we go. Now that I'm going to pop up on my trusty dimensionals. So, okay, you guys have lost me completely. Marilyn says fish and shrimpton and now a herring. Who's the herring? Have we got somebody new that I don't know about? You're going to have to tell me. So just for those of you who don't know, because that joke will go over everybody's heads apart from mine probably. So it is Jane Fish and Marilyn Shrimpton, and they're mum and daughter. So and it's like we always laugh that you couldn't be more nautical if you tried, really. Anyway, so but now there's a herring in the mix, and I'm not quite. Is it a red herring? Do we have a red herring going on? I don't know. You've lost me, ladies. Okay, so we're going to take these off. Yes, I do use this many dimensionals because when you put it through the post office, you do not want it to go flat and have a soggy middle. Okay, so there we go. Pop that down. I'm just sort of offsetting it against that side like that. Then we're going to do our little thanks. And I've got it in white, but actually I think it needs to be in pink. And I've got none of my scraps with me. Oh, so I'm going to have to start a new piece card. You'll forgive me, I'm sure. So the best way to get pieces of card that are great for little labels I've found is to cut your cardstock up in the first place into normal size measurements. So for the best shapes, you need to do 13.9. And if you do 13.9 by 9.5, and then another by 9.5, you get this brilliant strip that's perfect for doing sentiments. And of course you've already got 2 layers now that you can use on a card base, so that's good. I mean, there'll be the middle layers, they're like this size, which is why I always end up with loads of white bits, because I'm doing lots of these. But you can also use pink in the middle of things. It doesn't have to be a white middle. You can use different colours. Ugh, come on, get off. I've managed to get something sticky on the glue now. Hold on. I think I attached it to a bit of ribbon. Hold on. Let's put the lid on and get rid of that. So now we're going to use the black, which we've used in our stamping because we used Memento like we did before. We'll use our black. And this is such a tiny stamp, I'm actually turning it upside down. Normally I only do this with big stamps, but also sometimes with very tiny ones, just to make sure I don't get it all over the block. Then, wow, this is really tiny. Almost fits that way. Okay, we're going to go here. There we go. Nice. That looks sort of straight. Is that straight? Oh, it's not bad, is it? Let's do it at an angle, then nobody will know. And we can do this like so, and then take that at another angle like that. Makes it much easier. There we go. That's cute. I think this one's going to call for our mini dimensionals, which are smaller. There we go. Now don't forget at the end of this I always do, or I have started to always do, a live giveaway. If you're on, comment. Don't forget, if you're here, you need to place a comment, and that way the comment picker thingy will pick you up. Okay, so now where do I want to put my thanks? Kind of want to put it down here, I think, or across there, or maybe across there. Oh, it's going to be a double layer one, but it does need to be layered, I think. There we go. There we go. So one of these cards is going to go out to somebody today. Isn't that cool with the dots as well? It looks great. So that's our card and envelope there done for that. We could add some sparkles though, I think. And this time, rather than using the sparkles that I used on that, the polished dots, I've brought out our champagne rhinestones because I think they're just what's the word? Can't think of the word, but basically people don't appreciate. They're unappreciated for the fact that actually you can put them on pretty much any colour and they will work with that colour. They're pretty amazing, really. So I'll pop some down here. We'll pop one up there. We'll pop some more at this end as well. Oops, like that. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Just a few little scattered rhinestones, that's what I call them. So these are our champagne rhinestones. I do think they're unappreciated because they are very, very pretty. They work exceptionally well in all manner of places, even if it's not champagne coloured. Okay, so what we've done today then is we've created these two cards. This was the one that I had in my stash to show you, my previous version. Let's get these out of the way so that I can pop them all out for you. So there was this one and this one and this one. Now, talking of these cards, using the Abstract Beauty, I have another card to show you that I've made with the ephemera pack that goes with it. I mean, how simple is that? Look at that. Isn't that fab? So this one, again, just using the background, I stamped the words and die cut out with the coordinating dies, but all these pieces are just coming from the ephemera pack. So that's really quick and easy. So we've got that one to show you as well. And then I did another one with the daffodil with a more traditional kind of Easter blessings. That's what it's going to be, sentiment on it. So that's a very nice star in the background. And that is from the one that's about all baseball and stuff. You turn it over and it's got this beautiful bumblebee stars behind it. So that one worked very well. So it's got the lovely little gorgeous, you see these lovely little gold butterflies. They're so yummy. So there we go. So some nice cards, some very simple cards, easy to make, easy to follow. Hopefully you followed along with those or crafted along, or you will do if you're a member of if you're on my emails. If you get my freebies every week, you're going to get a tutorial for this tomorrow. And I'm also going to be adding a couple of different cards over into Crafty Corner tomorrow as well, just so that you can see some more inspiration just with the stamps. I haven't even touched the dies. This is just with the stamps, so you'll be getting some more of that. If you want to subscribe to my emails and get free tutorials every week, then it's very, very simple. You just head on over and hit the subscribe. Just do this, queenpipcards.com/subscribe. And as I said before, if you are interested in learning more, if it's something that you really want to get to grips with this year, maybe you've been making cards for a while, but they never quite look as good as other people's, or you just feel like there should be something a little bit better in them, because that's how I was when I first started, then come along and join our crafty making card making know-how group, because it's a membership. It's $12.99 a month. It's no more than a cup of coffee a week, and you get to learn all the stuff, and you can start from the very basics and you can move all your way through to become a crafty, confident crafter, and you get lots of tutorials and help from me. So if you're thinking about it, then why not give it a try? However, the first instance, I would say, if you just want to get to know me a bit more and get some stuff free every week, then come and join my emails and get some freebies every week. It is good to have you here with me. Okay, let us do our giveaway. So I need to get my keyboard out. Let's do this. There we go. Right, let us pick. Now, let's hope this works. Share my screen. Share a screen. Okay, that one, thank you. Share. Okay. Hopefully we can pick now today's tutorial. No, not tutorial. Today's giveaway. And I'm going to start collecting comments. Here we go. 11 entries. Are we ready? This person's going to get a free card from me in the post. Dun da da da. I love this bit. It's so much fun. Debbie, you need to email me your or message me your email address. No, not your email address, your postal address, and then I will send you one. So that's cool. Congratulations. Oh, let's stop sharing. Congratulations, Debbie. Yay. That's so much fun. Right. So Debbie's going to get a card from me if she pings me her address. Debbie, you're on here. You love the pink. Well, hey, there you go. So that helps me decide which card you might want to get. Use the pink, she says. Use the pink. I don't know what that was for. Anyway, I'm so glad that you joined me today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry you can't see my face, but you know, my technology was not with us today. It decided to have a hissy fit with my camera. So thanks so much for joining me. It won't cost too much to send, Debbie. I like sending cards to the States. You're allowed to get a card from me. You come on here and support me on Facebook. I'd love to send you a card in the post. It honestly doesn't matter to me where in the world you are. I've sent to Australia and all over the place. So it doesn't. Debbie's concerned about postage costs. I understand that, and I thank you and appreciate your concern, but honestly, it is not a problem. I love sending people cards who support me and watch my videos. So drop me a note, okay? Alrighty, thanks so much for watching today, guys. Next week I'll try and get my face on view, just in case you're interested in seeing what I actually look like. You never know. And next week I'll be back with even more things to play with. And if you want to know more about daffodils, and if you want to get the free daffodil paper that matches with this, check it out in Celebration, because you can get some daffodil paper that actually coordinates. But I didn't have it in time to make anything with it, but now I have it, so I'll be making with some more with that this week too. Alrighty, you take care now. See ya. Bye.